Hi friends, as you know, I've done so many videos in the recent past. All were covering the 42LB6700, the LG TV. For more information on those videos, you could check out my channel. There are enough videos explaining all the settings. So the intention of this particular video is in my channel I have got lot many requests, like they would like to see how the 3D works, and what's my opinion regarding the 3D. So many asked me like that, so I thought of doing a separate video on 3D. I postponed doing this video just because of this reason, like there is a limitation how far we could show the effect of 3D using a 2D camera or something. So don't expect a miracle in this video too. Like I've used glasses while doing this video, so you could see how the TV performs. But the intention of using those glasses was not to show you guys how far the 3D is good. It is like how far there is crosstalk, or is there any very big differences in the brightness level, like that you could see how far that is effective or that is not effective. So I think in that particular way this review will be useful, and I have covered 2D as well 3D, means 2D to 3D as well, normal 3D sources. I've used an MKV file for testing purpose, and like you could see there, this the Hugo is the particular movie that I've used. So as you could see, there is a different kind of pattern recognitions possible, side by side, top, bottom, or frame sequential, or CB formats. Almost all the patterns are recognized by the TV, and there is a setting for automatic pattern recognition as well. You could set it like you could manually select which pattern you would like to see working, like that. So this is along with the WebOs, this TV is doing very good when it comes to 3D. As an initial verdict, I could tell you, like, yes, the TV is doing a very good job when it comes to 3D. And as you could see, there are 3D settings. The 3D settings are available inside the television, and a 3D picture test is available. So going inside the settings corresponding to this particular TV, what you will be having is, like, you could use the depth control. There is a viewpoint control, and there are 5 different modes when it comes to 2D to 3D. Means when you this particular session means for normal 3D sources, means the source itself is 3D, means what you will be having is you could adjust the viewpoint, you could adjust the depth. Those two controls will be available. When it comes to 2D to 3D, then you will be having 5 different modes. The modes are there is one standard mode, there is a manual mode, you could adjust yourself, then there is a cinema mode, there is a sports mode, and there is an extreme mode. So all the modes will be shown now. I will try to show you guys how that is different. So for watching 3D, it's very easy. Just once you have the source, either it is from a pen drive, or either it is from a hard disk, or from a media server, or where or whatever, you could give the source, and the source will be easily recognized either you could recognize it and you could select it manually, or you could turn it on. The setting can be turned it on, like it will be selected automatically. So now I have selected it like 2D to 3D option, so that's why you are having all these options shown over there. You will be having this standard, manual, cinema, sports, and extreme. So as you could see, upon selecting any one of these options, from my own experience, I am telling, I didn't find much difference. But what happens is, if the 2D source that you are having is almost static, means for example, you could see it here, nothing is moving in the it's a picture or something. So in that case, if you are putting extreme, then you will be having a very huge depth created between all these objects present inside the image. That's why the image got really blurred, because the 3D effect is that much high. So once the glasses, I will show you guys, look at that. Once the glasses are coming, then I know you won't be able to perceive this in a 2D television or something like that, but it is actually there, and it is having a very decent effect, and there is no crosstalk or something like that, or there is any disturbing effect I know there is a limitation how far I could show you guys, but from my own words I could say, like, yes, it's working really good. And so I will show you the different modes, and I don't think you will be able to recognize a very high difference, but there is frame limitation inside these videos. So almost all the static objects will be having different kind of depth levels once you are selecting either one of these modes. And personally I like the standard mode because it's having a high full backlight conditions and it's working real normal. And this is the controls that are available. You could control the depth and you could control the viewpoint. Viewpoint is controlled like if you're sitting almost more than 45-degree inclined to the TV, then you could feel like objects are not projecting towards you, or the 3D effect is not so good. So in that case you could select the viewpoint, and after adjusting the viewpoint the crosstalks will be too limited. Means you will face crosstalks only once you are not inclined with the line of vision of the TV. So once you correct the line of vision with the TV, the crosstalks will be too limited and you won't be experiencing any problem. So what that means is, using the controls you could reduce the crosstalk if you come across any. In my case, if you ask me, I haven't yet come across any crosstalk. Only once. Once means while I was watching, I think Spider-Man, that source is having some problem. That source file had some problem, and I faced. So now we could go into the real 3D source. Means what I have shown was 2D to 3D. Now we are going to inside a real 3D source. I have put the manual setting. That's why I am selecting the pattern. And once the pattern is selected, look at that, the video will come turns on in a normal fashion. And here I know you won't be able to perceive the depth or the or actual 3D effect, but look for the difference in brightness level. Once the glass is there, once the glass is not there, the difference in brightness level. One guy asked me whether it is good to reduce the backlit conditions once you're using 3D. I won't recommend that because it will actually ruin the experience. While you're using 3D, the backlight level of the TV automatically switches to the maximum level. Like for this TV, it's 100. So I would recommend using 100 itself, because once the glasses are also put on, there is a reduced means there's a reduction in the amount of brightness or the backlight condition over there. So I would recommend going with the glasses, because you look at that, it looks stunning from here. I could say this is very good. This is a particular movie Hugo, where the initial sequence is what I'm playing for you guys. This is an MKV file. It's an MKV, as you know. This it's not a codec. It's a container format. The actual file is in AVC, an audio video coded file. So, and this is the top and bottom version. If you put a side by side, or if you put a frame sequential version also, there won't be any problem. The TV will be automatically, or you could manually select this. So as you could see here, look at that, the backlight condition normally, once you switches the TV to 3D, then it automatically switches to 100. Why? In the sense, in 3D, uh, you are achieving the 3D level by using a glass, right? Not from the technical point of view, I'm telling. From the normal point of view, you could see you are using a glass. So there will be a reduced amount of brightness. So in order to compensate for that reduced amount of brightness, you need to have high backlight. That's why. And I have used adjusting the viewpoint and depth is very good. And viewpoint you can adjust if you're getting any crosstalks. As an ideal condition, I would recommend going with the default setting, because it is very good. I haven't yet come across any crosstalks, even though I didn't play with any of this depth control or view control or anything. I just kept it in the default level. Even in that case, the TV is working real good. So I won't say it's required to be configured or calibrated at any point. But if you would like to calibrate, means you could reduce the brightness level. That is the one thing you could do. So look at that. There's a blurred vision, and the kind of difference it makes once the glasses are there. Uh, uh, in the real life situation, means once I'm watching this, once you're having the TV in your room, and if you're watching it with all the lights switched off, then this is going to be a very good experience. This is an immersive experience, I could say. And I won't say it's having any crosstalk. Look at that. Is there any crosstalk that you could see? This is like a perfect clear vision. You are not experiencing any crosstalks once the glasses are there. So in my opinion, in my final verdict or final opinion, as I could say, this 3D is really good. And uh, normally other questions I got were like yes, one question I got, the different file formats, any file format, it doesn't matter. Once the pattern is recognized, it will be played. But there is one restriction: the stereoscopic 3D that you could see in PCs, or normally using a software you will be converting a 2D or a normal movie into a stereoscopic 3D using a blue or cyan glass. You would have seen that, right? So that particular stuff is not supported by this TV. This is actually supporting only the other versions, either SBS formats or HSBS formats or CB or FS. And this is the supplied glass from LG. It's not a cheap glass. I won't say it's a cheap, but it's plastic, and it's not so sturdy. But for normal use, I think it's okay. It's very much enough. And even if you want to go and get another glass, it won't cost anything more than 300 or 400 rupees. Uh, in the Indian context, I'm telling, and I think in the global context, it will be nothing more than $10, right? So I won't say it's a problem or anything. You could switch. And one guy asked me regarding this dual play. Yes, dual play is supported by this TV in the 3D. You could play, but this particular glass is not supported for dual play. If you want to use dual play, you need to have a console that supports dual play, a game that supports dual play, as well a particular kind of glass from LG that supports dual play. So this normal supplied glass won't support dual play, but the TV supports dual play. You could make use of dual play for doing anything. And okay, another very important thing I thought of mentioning is I forgot to mention in the past. It's like the video format. The video format should be MPEG-4 or WMV. For 3D, I'm telling, not for anything else. In SmartShare, if you want to play the movie, this particular TV supports only MPEG-4 and WMV. Any other formats, MKV is okay because MKV is a container format, not a codec. Any other codec other than WMV or H.264 won't be supported. So I think that's it for this review. I think it was short and crisp. So if there are any other questions, you could ask me directly in my channel. I'll try to do separate reviews upon request. And do check out other videos in my channel for more info regarding this particular model. And I think hope you guys enjoyed and it helps you somewhat at some point. So thank you guys. Thank you very much for watching this video.